What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the WARFRAME video. So, tomorrow is the October dev stream, and not trying to break tradition here, we have a dev stream bingo card that you guys helped me make on stream. We got lots of predictions and kind of like a wish list about the dev stream tomorrow. So, we only got like 16 hours till it comes out, so we better hurry up and get this video out right now. So, alright, we're going to be going over my predictions and hopes for dev stream number, whatever number it is, like 250 something probably. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button. We do daily Warframe video uploads, and also check out the live stream. We'll be live streaming lots of Warframe in November. Alright, so we're going to start off with the bingo card. Now, it's a lot. This is probably one of the best bingo cards ever that we've ever made. But I'm going to try not to spend too much time talking about every little thing, because I could talk about this list of stuff I could talk about like for an entire day worth of time, seriously. So we're just going to start off with the beginning, and if you've been playing a lot of the veilbreaker updates and stuff, a lot of these might be some sticking pain points that you're thinking about at this point. So we're going to start with number one, the top left corner, Tau Shard crafting. If you've been paying attention to the veilbreaker stuff, you know that you can get Archon shards now, like once per week from doing a weekly Archon sortie. And you can also buy one per week from this new like vendor guy that is going to be doing like call missions and all of that. Tau shards are a special version of those Archon shards that have higher stats, and there's no way to actually directly get them. They're like a 20% drop rate from the Archon hunt. So a lot of people have been complaining like, yo, I want to get a Tau shard. There's no actual way to work towards this. How about like I sacrifice 3 or 4 normal shards to make one better version of it? So that's the idea of that. It's been something that a lot of people are recommending, not like a lot of content creators too. So I wouldn't be surprised if DE eventually, because I mean, whenever they make a new system in this game, it just ends up being like, okay, first couple of months, it's like the worst version of it will ever be. Like, just look at Kuva Liches. Like, they were so bad at launch. I actually rage quit this game when Kuva Liches were released because it was so bad. And nowadays, it's like they're so much better than before. Like, you can actually tell what weapon you're gonna get. All the elements are figured out at this point. So there's fusion and all that, or what's it called, Valiance fusion. So a lot better now. I think Archon shards might take a change like that in the future soon as well. So moving on, we got Void Shell skin. So as far as new Void Shell skins, I don't think we have any information on them. So I'm expecting them to maybe announce a new one for maybe Echoes of Veilbreaker or Deviri, which Deviri is supposed to still be this year. I think we might have a note on here for that. So new Void Shell skin. I wish Void Shell skins worked on the primes a little bit better. It makes like the base version of the frame, which I would never have really liked as much as the prime version on most of them. So yeah, new Void Shell skins number 2. Zaku Deluxe. Now, we know Zaku Deluxe is on the way. It's like a Void Demon Zaku look. It looks really cool. Probably gonna play a lot of Zaku once that skin comes out. It's also come with an alternate version of the Lotus as well, like a Lotus skin in the Deluxe bundle. So it's been pretty highly anticipated. So yeah, Zaku Deluxe number 3. More AoE nerfs. I'm sure people are still complaining about AoE. And as someone that did an arbitration the other day with like the old meta stuff, just like +1 Protea, I was spamming that Ogress like crazy, so I can see them nerfing it again, honestly. So we'll have to see. I'm not asking for nerfs, but there's guys out there definitely asking for nerfs on AoE. So we'll see if their cries for help are heard. Next one, Kuvahek nerf/fix. One of the main weapons used in those Archon hunts I was telling you about to one-shot the Archon boss fight is the Kuvahek. Now, it's not the only weapon that can do it, but it's the one that's most in the public eye right now. So other weapons with high pellet count can still one-shot the Archon, but the Kuvahek is the main one. Get like a radiation Kuvahek with like a riven and all that with multi-shot, and you're going to blast away that Archon. The whole damage attenuation. So I don't think they're going to do it, but if they do nerf the Kuvahek, I wouldn't be extremely surprised. Next one, moving on to the second row here, we got Deviri still. Yes, Deviri is supposed to come out this year. If you watch the TennoCon thing, they're like, that's coming out this year. We also are supposed to get Crossplay stuff this year too. Don't forget that from 2 TennoCons ago. So Deviri still, maybe they'll talk about Deviri, give us a release window, a release date. Moving on to Calihu. Remember Caliban? DE definitely doesn't remember Caliban. Caliban is one of the more recent frames, came out the end of last year, and he has the worst. He has the worst ability in the game. His first ability is probably the worst ability in the game. Maybe competing with like Inaros' 2, the Devour healing ability. That one's pretty bad. I mean, Inaros has some bad abilities in general. We actually have a new Inaros video coming out in the next couple of days here. Inaros is just not in a good state at all. But also Caliban's first ability is in a really bad state. So I doubt they'll ever talk about Caliban, but hey, if I keep bringing this up, it's been on like at least the last 3 dev stream bingos. If I keep bringing up Caliban, maybe DE will eventually remember him. Probably not, though. Moving on to the next one, Steel Path content. I think that the Steel Path fissures went really, really well. And I'm hoping that we get new Steel Path content, maybe like a Steel Path arbitration or a Steel Path, sortie maybe. Something that would be new Steel Path content, because as far as I'm concerned, the game feels super, super squishy after you play the Steel Path for any amount of time. Like, my guns blast away every normal enemy instantly. So, more Steel Path content would be appreciated. Next one, new Incarnon weapons. This is actually going to go similarly with another one we have on here, which is more Kuva weapons. So as far as Incarnon weapons, I'd say all of them are pretty successful. When the Felarks eventually came out, I was actually taking a break from the game, and I've been using the Felarks a lot recently. I actually really like the Felarks. So I think all the Incarnon weapons were successful. Some new ones would be awesome. I know they take a lot of work compared to a normal weapon, but yeah, that's some good, fun content right there that people appreciate, and they're all really OP, so that also helps. Moving on, okay, so this is basically what we know is going to be talked about to some degree in this dev stream. Mechs in missions. Now, we actually have two. I want to make this a little bit more interesting, so we have two nodes for mechs in missions. One of them is going to be mechs in all missions. That's going to be the node we're looking at right now. But as far as their picture that they showed us, they only showed us a picture of a mech on Lua. There's a second node in the bottom row that says mechs on Lua area. So, mechs on all missions or mechs on Lua. I'm not sure. We'll find out tomorrow. So I hope it's in all missions. If we get all missions, you can fill in the Lua one and the all missions. If we only get on Lua confirmed, just fill in the Lua one, because it's pretty much confirmed it's on Lua at least. All right, next one. WARFRAME equals a dumb name. I didn't really think any of those choices that we had on the poll were that great, and I'm thinking they're going to announce the name of the WARFRAME tomorrow. I haven't actually looked at who's winning. I have to relog into the forums, but, I kind of want to be surprised, as long as it's not Lycath, right? Lycath was pretty bad. I think I voted for Raksha, but then I believe Voruna was the one that was winning last time I checked. So, yeah, WARFRAME looks really cool, but it's funny how the artist guys, I don't know how that's going to look 3D in-game, because the 2D sketches look great. So we'll see. Next one, Zaramon fissures. Remember how I was talking about new Steel Path content? Hey, how about some Zaramon fissures while we're at it? Give me a Steel Path Void Cascade fissure, and then we're talking. I'm not sure what kind of, I guess it would be like Axie relics or something. But yeah, there is a whole new planet after you beat the new war and some other quests that doesn't have arbitrations, doesn't have sorties, doesn't have fissures, doesn't have a lot, doesn't have Kuba missions or anything like that. So Zaramon getting with the program here would be nice, and it's a really cool looking planet. I love the atmosphere of it. So yeah, some new stuff there would be great. And then the free space in the middle, call changes. We know they're talking about call changes in some regard. There's going to be some new call boss fights, and there will be cumulative challenges for call missions. That's all I really know. There might be other stuff they talked about too, but yeah, call missions suck for the most. Pretty much everyone doesn't like them. I'm sure there's a couple dozen people out there like, ooh, call missions are actually a nice change of pace from the normal gameplay of WARFRAME, where we can't actually just pay attention and we're killing everything so fast. Yeah, I've heard it. Okay, I've heard it, but that's not WARFRAME to me. So moving on, Revenant nerf. Revenant Prime Access has been out for a couple weeks, and Revenant is really, really, really strong. Wow, easier than any other frame to play in Endurance strong. And he was already like that before this update. Now it's just you can literally just push the 2 button and then go to the bathroom. It's that crazy. Especially with a ton of power strength, 30 stacks of Mesmer skin in some situations. I could see them eventually nerfing him, but I also don't think that they would do that while Revenant Prime Access is live. Maybe after Revenant Prime Access goes away, they'll nerf him. But yeah, he's extremely egregiously strong. And just looking at that Anaros video I'm making for the future, it's why would I ever play Revenant? Why would I ever play Anaros when Revenant's an option? And the answer is probably never. There's no reason to at all, at least for me. So moving on, we got sound design behind the scenes. So they got to throw in something where it's all right, let's show how the guy made Stynax's sound effects. It's oh man, I'm not watching this for behind the scenes on sound effects. I'm watching this for game information because there's not much going on in this game right now. So as much as it's cool to show the behind-the-scenes stuff, I feel like that's not really appropriate for the official dev stream. We're the only place we really get information most of the time. So it's their stream, of course. It's just, no one really is coming there to see what the sound effects for the infested fart noises are. Seriously, we had one of those. I think it was TennoCon 3 years ago, and I'll never forget that. Moving on to the last two columns here, we got Grendel rework. Now, I believe Pablo either was kind of joking about this or it's pseudo-confirmed or something, but Grendel is going to be getting some work because, Grendel Prime will be in the next year or two. So, would you buy a Grendel Prime Access the way he is right now? I definitely wouldn't even consider it. He's got two abilities that are really, really, I I'm going to just call him bad. Regurgitate's pretty bad. His meatball pulverizer ability is funny, but, you know, is that ever better than using a weapon? Probably not. So if they could rework Grendel, I'm sure that Grendel Prime Access would appreciate it, especially because his signature weapon, the Massacre, is super forgettable too. They're going to eventually need to do that. Next one's more of a little fun one, Halloween costumes. You know, it's pretty much Halloween right now. I wonder if the hosts of the dev stream are going to be in Halloween attire. I'm not sure who they would dress up as, but if it was Warframe characters, there's not really many options. Maybe, what's that guy named? Alad V. Alad V could be a pretty funny costume. I'm pretty sure one of them has dressed up on before. Next one, crossplay. What's up with PS4 and Switch crossplay? We need to not walk away from the second to last dev stream of the year without any information on crossplay, because it's super important. It's been working pretty well with Xbox and PC. Of course, there's still features that aren't. You can't add people on your friends list that aren't Xbox. You can't trade to people on Xbox. Those types of things. So we need more information on what's happening with PlayStation and Switch. And then I guess... No, Epic is already cross-play with Steam, so that shouldn't be any problem there. But yeah, that's a really big one, and I really hope I can fill in that square tomorrow. Modular arc wings. I put this on here because someone commented on my previous video saying they couldn't watch a stream, but they wanted me to put that on there. So modular arc wings has been talked about for years in this game. Basically, like, think about like arc wings, but Zaws. Like, you could pick the wings on them, you could pick the engine on them, you could pick like the shield reactor, and you could switch them around. Like, it's like, okay, I want a higher shield arc wing. I'm going to go with this reactor. Or I want a faster one. Let's go with those wings, but it'll make my shields lower. Those types of things, the customizable arc wings. That was actually something that D said they were going to do a while ago, but it's pretty much been forgotten about. Besides that guy who commented and said put that on there. So if they eventually bring those out, that would be cool. But I think that's honestly just scrapped at this point. So we'll see. Next one, rework Archon mods. A lot of the Archon mods I view as very weak. Specifically the Toxin one. I think it's Archon Continuity. It's like so niche in application that it's like I don't even know anyone that's using them at all. Like, actually, specifically Archon Continuity. That one is like completely unused because it has to be a Toxin proc from a weapon, or not from a weapon, from a frame, and it can't be Saren's 3. So you're looking at basically like, I think it's like Grendel's abilities pretty much. Grendel has some Toxin procs, and then there might be like one other I'm forgetting about, but yeah, you'd think like the number one would be Saren, but Saren's 3 doesn't work with Archon Continuity, so maybe fix that one, and then maybe honestly buff a lot of the other ones too. Even the electric one that a lot of people use, it's just 2 energy regen per second. It's not really that crazy, so some reworks on that would be nice. Also, I don't like calling them Archon mods because they're pretty much just call mission mods. You never find a single Archon to get those mods. Next one, this is a major copium one, two-handed Nakana stance. The newest Prime melee weapon, the Tatsu Prime, it looks really cool and it has pretty good stats, but like all the other two-handed Nakanas, it is held back by the terrible stance that is Wise Razor. Wise Razor used to be good back in the day, but nowadays it's not looking too hot. So a new two-handed Nakana stance was discussed by DE a while ago. I would just love for it to actually come out. So that's going to be the start of the last row, and then this one right here. I said please twice, so please make it happen. New Tenet and Kuva weapons. This feels like something that should be happening like at least twice a year, at the very least. It's new Kuva and Tenet weapons. Those are things people can grind for. It takes a while to 5 for them, like get them all maxed out and stuff. Like usually like 10 hours, I'd say, for getting a maxed out Kuva weapon. That might be a bit of a... That's not a great ballpark, but either way, new Tenet and Kuva weapons, it's stuff that dedicated players will enjoy. Make them cool weapons too. Maybe things people have been like hoping for a while, like maybe a Kuva Sobek could be cool, or like a Tenet Lens, or that Tenet Ferox that they accidentally leaked on their own dev stream before that we never got. So that stuff seems like no-brainer content that DE should be doing regularly, and I can't believe it's taken this long for us to get anything. Especially after they told people on the public test cluster for Echoes of War there would be new Tenet Kuva weapons. They never actually came out, okay? They told people on the test cluster there would be new Kuva and Tenet weapons that didn't actually happen. Moving on to the last 3. We actually already went over this. Mech on Lua. I'm hoping it's in all missions, but it might just be on Lua from their picture. And the last 2 here, new deluxe skin. As far as new deluxe skins are concerned, we only know about the Zaku one we were talking about earlier. So once that Zaku skin comes out, we have no idea what the next deluxe skin will be. I honestly have no idea who it would be at all. Maybe Wisp, maybe Grendel, maybe who. I don't know. We'll see. We just got Revenant, and we are going to get Zaku soon. So if you have any predictions who the next deluxe skin will be, definitely let me know. Maybe, Hildred already got one. So yeah, it might just be Wisp. Wisp or Gauss. Gauss could be kind of cool. Ooh, I'm looking forward to that now. Then the last one I hear is Inaros rework. I played Inaros on the Steel Path against level like 500-600 the other day. And I had like 10,000 health and like 2,000 armor, and I still got one shot. So What am I supposed to? Am I just supposed to? I guess I'm apparently supposed to just Vazarin protective dash spam myself and use rolling guard on a Naros because he literally can't survive. He is less tanky than Ureli at that level because Ureli can at least shield gate. If I did the same thing, if I did Vazarin dash protective and rolling guard on Ureli, I would be more survivable than Grendel at that level, or not Grendel, more survivable than a Naros at that level, and that is a huge problem to me as a person that wants to do endurance as a Naros. But you know, now I don't want to do endurance as a Naros because I did it the other day and it was terrible. So if they give him a rework, that would be much appreciated. A lot of his abilities are bad. His passive is terrible. His passive is actually like a bad thing. Like I would rather have no passive than the Naros' coffin mode. So expect that video coming out the next couple of days. It's full Archon shards and everything, full Umbra Forma, so yeah. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Hope you found this video helpful. I'm going to post a link to the bingo card in the description if you want to use this one, shuffle it up and all that. But also bingobaker.com is legit if you want to make your own bingo card. So I'll see you guys tomorrow on stream. We will be live streaming the dev stream. I'm not sure if I'll have Twitch dropped active on my channel. It might just be DE's channel this time. But yeah, we'll be live reacting and I'll have a update video on the dev stream tomorrow. All the stuff they talk about. Alright guys, appreciate all the support. It really means a lot. Take it easy. Peace.